Morning guys, welcome to a new weekly vlog. It is Tuesday. I've opened my curtains this morning and the field behind our house is full of sheep. This happens every once in a while. I think farmers led the sheep to take the grass down. So there you go, I have a field of sheep for a little bit. The birdies are all still in those trees, you can see them moving about. We've got so many birds in those bushy trees there. They're going for the fat balls. Right, let's go and get washed. Ready to start the day. Hello folks. It's Tuesday, as I said in the last clip. There's Darren. How did he only get that far? What on earth is he doing? Alright, let me turn you around. Oh, there you go. There's Darren out with Molly and Dobby. Look at how tiny they look. And there's a little peek of Molly and Dobby for you. About to head out on their walk. He's right walking right down the middle of the flipping road. One of these days they're going to get hit. Don't like them walking down there. I prefer them going somewhere. It's just he's put this back again. Right, it is Tuesday. I'm on my way into my mum's. The only kind of update I've got since I closed off on Saturday night, went into my mum's on Sunday. I'm really worried that depression's going to hit her in a big way again. Because she's got the catheter, she's not getting up as much and she's getting sore sitting and she's getting really low and depressed, and she was crying loads and she was like, what else can happen to me? I can't even walk anymore. And she's just getting to the point where she's not coping with how disabled she actually is. For some reason it's all hit her now, so she's really struggling mentally, which is a worry because where we've been previously with that, nobody wants to go. You know, we struggled with that for 8 to 10 years of institutionalization. They wanted to give her electric shock therapy and all sorts. My dad wouldn't let them do it because we saw so many other people walking about like zombies in the same place. Now I'll say I wasn't old enough to have any sense. I was an adult. I would have been 18 plus, 18 to 20 we'll say, that sort of age, and the doctors had tried every medication, they tried everything and nothing was working. And it would have been very easy, like at that age that I was, I would have went with what the doctors were telling me, which was the electric shock therapy. Thankfully it wasn't up to me. But my mum, the one constant she kept saying is she just wanted to go to sleep and not wake up, and she was just in torment constantly. My mum's like a devout Catholic, but she attempted to take her life 3 times. One of them was almost successful. So that will just tell you how miserable. She just wanted to go to sleep and not wake up. It was a horrible, horrible time. And it took a lot for her to get through it. In the end, lithium was what they put her on, which helped. I don't think it was like that commonly prescribed at that time, but she started with how she started the last time, which is the crying, just crying and crying and crying all the time, and she started that again. It's I don't know. So I'm supposed to be taking her out today. I'm hoping. Her mood's quite erratic at the moment, so you know, one minute she'll be really down and the next minute she'll be not too bad, and it's very up and down. So we shall see how she is today. Try and take her out. We'll go for a coffee. Have to make sure. I bet the carers keep putting short socks on her, and you're supposed to tuck the catheter in the bag inside socks, so short socks aren't really gonna, you know, she needs something longer. So we'll see. And it's a bloody cold day today as well. I've got a jumper on, a vest under the jumper, and then this is like, and it's a warm jacket. So anyway, I shall go. I'm not going to waffle for the rest of the day to you. I'll catch you up later in the week. I'll catch you up later today to let you know how my mum was today. And I've got the podcast. I don't know if I mentioned the lads from Fright Club that do the film screenings. They know how much I love Saw, and had asked me if I wanted to be on their podcast about Saw, and I'm like, of course. So we're recording that on Thursday evening. I don't know when it will go out, but I will let you know. So I know I'm going to have to try and watch all the Saw films. This is Tuesday, by the way. I'm going to have to watch all the Saw films before Thursday evening, because I watch a thing and then completely forget it. So I'm going to be of no use nor ornament to anybody talking about a film. The first one I'm fine. I don't really need to rewatch the first one, but the others, like, I remember loads about it. Like, I remember all the traps, but if you'd asked me to rank the Saw movies, I couldn't do it, because I don't know, in the later ones, I don't know which traps and which storylines are from which movies, because my mind just doesn't work like that. I find that male minds are very good like that. Men, you know, they can really easily remember things like years things were released. Darren does, oh yeah, that was 1980, and I'm like, what part of your brain does that? Or they'll be able to rank like the Halloween movies, like, and I'm like, how do you know which one? How do you remember which one's which? I'm terrible, so I'm gonna have to try and get them watched. So anyway, I'll go. I'll catch up with you later in the week if there's anything else to tell you. Hello guys, it is Friday. It's a bit dark, apologies. I'm not going to put my light on. We are heading into town to pick up Isaac, who has been in town with some friends, to go see, I think it's called Red 1 at the cinema. Scouts are off this week, they go back next week. So we're going to go see Red 1, which is the one about Santa Claus being kidnapped. It's got Wayne Johnson and Chris Pine, I think his name is, and J.K. Simmons. So it looks quite fun. I'm feeling a bit Christmassy, quite early this year, oddly. We've had an absolute bollock with the OTs, social workers, and people about my mum's chair that's meant to be ordered. I can't even go, it is shocking. She's been out of hospital, 3 weeks now, and they said it had been ordered. Darren called up and said, you told us 2 weeks ago that you would give us an update. What's the update? Oh, well, it's been ordered, but they don't have any. And Darren says, right, so have you ordered one? Well, no, that's not the process. Well, what's the process? We wait to see if someone else returns one. And Darren says, well, what if nobody returns one? Well, that's the process. And Darren says, well, like, how long's a piece of string? We could be waiting months or years. Surely, if you don't have one in stock, you order one. So I'm not going to go into detail because I could be here half an hour. But she just kept repeating to Darren, and Darren says, so what have you been doing for the last 2 weeks? It's the process, it's the process. You don't understand, it's the process. And he said, right, so it's the process that you go to get a chair for this patient. The place that has them doesn't have one. And it's the process that you just sit back and do nothing, don't order it, not, you know, blah blah. Darren was on the phone ages, giving it off, because she, well, you don't understand, it's the process, it's the process. Well, why have you not done anything for 2 weeks? It's the process, we're following the process. Darren says, but surely the process is when they don't have one, you order one. Well, no, that's not the process. And it's like, that's all she would say. And then Darren says, you know what, he said, I'm going to phone this distributor just to see when the order went in. No orders ever went in. The woman that answered the phone to him said, oh no, I can see her details here, her address. There's never been an order for a chair. The last order we had for a chair was 4 years ago, which was my mum's old chair. So then she put a manager on, who Darren says he knew immediately although he was nice, he was making excuses that made no sense, and he tried to say that they couldn't see, oh, an order might have come in, but we don't see who it's allocated to. Darren says, but you deliver it. When it comes in, we phone up the OT and then we find out, and it made no sense to any bugger. So anyway, I have to go and get something out of this shop. So I'm going to park here like an ignorant bastard beside the petrol pumps, which really annoys me when people do it, just because I'm in that kind of mood. Right, I'll continue when I come back out. Right, I've got popcorn, only had 2 left, so I had to get one of the sweet ones. Hoping B&M. I have to stop off at the shopping centre to pick Isaac up and pick up a couple of birthday cards because he's going to Callum's birthday tomorrow, and I know Daniel's is like within a week or 2 weeks of Callum's. I was going to get my Christmas cards today, you know, the ones that you have to get that say like mum and dad and stuff on, but I've miscalculated time. I had in my mind 4:30, but I wanted to be in the shopping centre for 4:30, but I've said, oh, we'll leave at 4:30, so I'm not going to have time to sort of like look through stuff, if you know what I mean. I'm just trying to work out where I'm going to park now. Anyway, so it looks like they've told us they've ordered a chair, which they haven't ordered. This chair is needed, was said, the physio in the hospital said my mum needed this because of her leaning to one side to the point that she's going to stay that way. And apparently the process for the social workers and occupational therapists is, well, it's do fuck all basically, but what they're saying is they order it, the place says we don't have any, and then they say, right, well, let's just wait and see if somebody returns one.
And then she said,
and they don't ever chase it up, they don't do anything with it, they just leave it like that.
To buy one on a budget, they have to send someone out to measure it to make sure it's done.
Oh yeah, so
I said, so have you done that?
She says she's ordered it, but she hasn't measured for it, so how the hell could she have ordered it? She basically just spent the entire conversation lying. And Darren says, you know what? He says, I bet it gets worse. I bet she hasn't even ordered it in the first place. And he phoned the place where she orders from, and the girl says, no, I'm looking on this. And Darren made her check multiple times. No, I'm looking on the system here. There's never been an order. Now, then the boss came on and said, oh, well, we get orders without people's names attached. And Darren's thinking everything the guy was saying sounded rubbish. How can you order something for someone to be delivered when you don't know where it's going? Also, they have full records on their systems as to what patients have what pieces of equipment, because they go out and, what's the word when they like check them and stuff, maintain them. So why would they be getting orders without people's names? It makes no sense, because then how do they contact the OT to say, oh, that chair for such and such is in?
I said, well, when you notified them nearly 3 weeks ago that they didn't have it in stock, I said, will that be by email? They said, oh, yes, by email. I said, well, can you tell me what date the email was sent? Oh, there's no way of finding out.
He claimed he couldn't search email. Does he not know that you just have to type a word that's in the email?
We've no way of finding out.
Anyway, it was very clear that he was trying to cover for someone that hadn't done their job. But they've basically done jack shit, and they keep giving Darren attitude when he rings up, because he's basically quite blunt with him. It's just, so basically you've sat in your arse for 2 weeks and done, can I ask why you haven't done? I've been following the process. She just kept repeating following the process.
Well, when she was saying about to order a new one needs a budget applying for, I said, have you
done
applied
that?
For the budget? No. I said, why not? I have to follow the process. I said, what's the process? Well, we have to get somebody out first to measure to make sure it's correct.
Have you
I said, have
that?
you done that? No. Why not? Well, we're following the process. I said, what's the process? Well, they've notified us first that they don't have the chair. I said, you told me they've done nearly 3 weeks ago. Yes. I said, so why have you not done the next step? Because we followed the process.
This is just how I know.
Oh.
So it's like pulling teeth with everything. Also with the hoist situation, I don't know if I went into that, but there was massive argument. We spoke to the suppliers, we spoke to the OTs, we spoke to the people we were meant to speak to, and found out the guy had to phone my dad to get him to read a reference number off the piece. Oh, we only do 2 types of hoist, and that's one of the most modern ones that you have. The only other one we've got here is 3 times the size of that one. And my dad says, well, that's no good to me because it won't fit up our hallway. So what was left there, but the carers, every time they're in, this is archaic, this is rubbish, we can't use it, this is blah 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 blah, and they asked us to go and see if we could get it switched. So Darren phoned the head office of the carers and says, look, he says, this isn't coming from me or from Kathleen and Crackle, that's my parents. Your carers keep asking me, oh no, that we only use one type of hoist, I don't know. So He says, so why do your carers keep coming to us and telling us that this is the only customer that has one, and it's making it more difficult for Kathleen to use because it's taken so long? So she eventually agreed to send someone out with the carers that day to have a look. Oh yes, it is an old model. After the OT telling us it wasn't, and they done an assessment a month ago, the supplier told us it wasn't. It took us making the carer head office to go out with the carers who, yes, it isn't really, it's not a suitable model for her. It is making it take longer, and it is causing more distress to Kathleen. So, like, why has everyone been telling us it's the most up-to-date model? Also, we found out that the assessment that was done on my mum a month ago, where they says, oh no, everything's fine, that hoist and sling are the most appropriate that we're using, on the system, because Darren spoke to someone else, it said they couldn't fully complete the assessment because my mum was too tired to do it. But yeah, they told us it was done and everything was fine. So no matter what happens, it's just crap after crap after crap, and it's like Darren said to me today, can you imagine if you were a person that didn't like to ask for things, like my parents? Because this is why Darren's doing it. I get to a point where I lose my rag and start shouting, and that's not going to get anyone anywhere. Darren is more capable of being angry, but Darren is very argumentative as a person. I get to a point where I just start swearing. I'm like, just fuck off out of my face.
Tell me what you've done then the last 2 weeks. Please carry on.
He likes a good argument. I, on the other hand, do not. But the kind of people that will be needing this equipment will mostly be elderly people, who will be there will be disabled people, but I would say in most cases it's going to be elderly people that need hoisting and specific chairs, people that have difficulties, and they may have, social, mental difficulties as well as physical ones, and they're not going to have the capability, the patience, the common sense, the confidence to make these phone calls and to do this. And this is how they mess people about. This is how they're messing people about that they know is on the ball. So what are they doing with people that they can get away? It's disgusting. So they're just leaving people with real physical needs, making my mum's situation worse.
They did it with the puller.
They've done it with everything from the start.
The head office said, oh well, we sorted it, when they lied and said that they'd ring up and spoke to your mum on the phone.
Yeah, they'd said they did a full conversation with my mum on the phone, and my mum's not capable of holding the phone for any length of time. We had another palaver. This is a good one. I'm just telling you all this so that you can, it's ridiculous. This is like the update. Physio appointment that was referred from the hospital for my mum called up. I think I mentioned this. Darren answered the phone. They went, McQuillan? That's my parents' surname. Anyway, they went into no detail. They said she can have an appointment at 10:30 in the morning up in the hospital. He says no, she can't. She's not out of bed before midday. The carers need to get her out. She's basically like a rag doll in the morning. She doesn't have the strength. Can we have a later appointment? No, either that or none. And Darren says, well, can you put it in writing, please, and then we'll deal with it when it comes out. They put it in writing. My dad phoned up. It says in the letter, if this appointment does not sit, please call this number. My dad obviously got the same person. Nope, either you have that one, or we can do a 45-minute telephone call at the same time. Darren says, or my dad says, it's a physio appointment. How are you going to assess her on the phone? And he says, besides, she can't hold the phone for 45 minutes. She can't really be understood on the phone. Well, we can speak to you. My dad says, what's the point of you speaking to me to assess her needs physically? You need to actually see her. Oh, well, that's basically it. He says, we live 5 minutes from could someone not come out? No, either you're here at 10:30 in the morning, or you take the telephone call, or you will just have to cancel it. And my dad says, well, thanks for nothing. Cancel it then. Obviously, I tell Darren, and that's like, what? So he phoned above their head. He says, this is what I went into full detail, and the woman was mortified. I am so sorry. That should never be happening. We have a team that actually go out to people that are housebound to us, and so it's all sorted. It's for the 3rd of December.
To do? Drag her up the street.
The woman was mortified, and he said it's not just that. He says this woman's attitude, she needs retraining. It sucked. He says when I answered the phone to her, she shouted my mother-in-law's surname at me. There was no hello, I'm calling from such and such about this. It was like just shouting a name.
I was having a crap at times, so I didn't want to get into a long conversation.
We didn't need to know that.
Well, I would have given a discussion on the phone, but I was sat down.
There's a point. Why do men take so long to go to the toilet?
That's a tangent.
I don't know any woman that goes into a bathroom and takes longer than
They're creating a masterpiece.
maximum 5 minutes, but not even 5 minutes. Men will sit for half hour. And some of them will say, oh, it's because I'm on my phone, it's because I've got a lap. No, they're crapping for half an hour. What are they doing? If you need to sit on a toilet for half an hour for anything to happen, you didn't need to go in the first place, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, what prompts you to like, oh, I need to go to the toilet when there's nothing there? Anyway, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It's a male thing.
What did Isaac say that day in the shop?
It's gone back up.
It's gone back up.
Yeah. That's when he was little. Anyway, we're going to pick Isaac up. Going to pick up a couple of birthday cards. I have been going through Scout admin this afternoon. Sorry about this lighting and stuff, guys. I've been like logging payments for upcoming events that are happening, and I thought as I was looking at them, I've got all of October's. He sent me screenshots of, obviously off his phone, of the bank account, and there's overlapping stuff, there's no references, and for some reason on the overlapping ones, some of them have a payment and there's two different names on it. Like one will say C. Macaulay and another one will say Leo Macaulay, but it's the same payment, and I don't understand that and what's going on with that. But anyway, you can't really do it properly unless someone sends you an actual statement. But I've been looking at it anyway, because the membership payments of £80 each are due. And I thought, there's not a lot of payments of this showing up here. And I've worked out that of the 24 scouts, half haven't paid. And of the explorers, which there are 20, I can only allocate 2 people that have paid. Or is it 3? 3 maybe.
Do we get our money back then?
We don't get our money back. So nobody's chasing it, nobody's checking it, nobody's... And
Tell them how much it is.
I told them 80 quid.
80 quid.
And at least half aren't paying, and nobody is checking it, looking at it, and it's like, what the fuck are you people doing? Anyway, so yeah, just incompetence is just annoying me today. I'm hoping to go and see a nice Christmas film now. I'm feeling a bit Christmassy. I'm in the mood already.
You are?
So yeah, I'll let you know what we thought of the film when we come out. It is 4:45 and look how dark it is. I quite like that though. I'm one of these people that quite like the dark nights. I wasn't feeling quite Christmassy last year. I don't know why, but I wasn't feeling Christmassy at all, but I'm feeling Christmassy this year. I'm thinking the Christmas decorations are going up in November. I will let you know how the film was. I think I will enjoy it because it's Christmassy. Not so sure about what Darren and Isaac will think, but...
I just thought it was really stupid.
I know a couple of people that have seen it that enjoyed it, but apparently, according to them, it's getting panned, and one of the people that enjoyed it was Jamie. So you never trust him, do you?
Oh, I enjoyed the monsters.
But no, another guy that liked it, Ryan, he's not one of these that like is really soft on things. But I like Christmas movies, so unless it's like Hallmark sickeningly sweet, I'm gonna like it because I just like Christmas movies. So there's a little dog. Look at it bobble in. Oh, it's a little old Jack Russell. Right, as I've said about 5 times, I shall speak to you guys later, let you know how the film was. Speak to you later. I didn't think you'd be interested in that.
Yeah, no, but it's fine, because canonically now, Lego Batman and Lego Pharrell Williams are in the same universe.
Don't push it. Get to work.
Busy over there now with houses. Now the back ones have got the roofs on.
Hello. It is Saturday. Isaac has just been picked up to go to Callum's birthday golfing at a driving range, followed by just games and stuff at Callum's house. Callum's big into D&D and Pokemon.
Now turn left.
Sorry, I've got the sat-nav on because we're going to Home Bargains in Larne. We don't have one. We're getting one in Ballymena, but we don't have one yet, and I like a Home Bargains Peruse, whatever the word is. without Isaac rushing me, because I've nothing specific to get, but I like to have a little look at stuff, especially leading up to Christmas with like little ornaments and things. I usually try
Now
and...
turn left.
Sorry, this is going to be really annoying. I usually try and buy one... could you actually mute the voice on
Please
that?
follow the road for 1 mile.
Top one. Does that go in? It's on it. I buy one ornament a year. By that I mean like a bauble or something for the tree. So I like to have a little look about, because I'm not spending a £5 on one bauble. It's not happening. I had a look in B&M, but there wasn't. The only thing that really struck my fancy in B&M, they've got these little mice, like little, I don't know, like little cuddly mice, and they're all doing different things. Like one's knitting with glasses on, and they're really cute, but they're $3.50, and I'm not paying $3.50 for a Christmas ornament unless it's absolutely spectacular. Now you may think that's tight, but I want something for £1 or £2. Because do I need a Christmas ornament? No, but I try to get one new one each year, and places like Home Bargains is good for that sort of thing. So Isaac's gone to Callum's. He decided with 5 minutes to pick up that he wanted a particular packet of Pokemon cards that were all his good ones. I found that because like when I'm like going about the house, I tend to notice where a thing is, so I knew where his big box of Pokemon were, and I says, they're down here. No, there's another packet with all the good ones in, which he 100% swears he left on his bedside table thing, and that I have moved it. Now, I'm not going to say I didn't move it, but after searching his room and looking in every area that it's possible that I would have moved it to, it's in none of them, which is why I know. The only time I put anything away is if it's sitting out and it's untidy. I'll put it in a drawer or put it somewhere tidier. But it will always be in very close proximity to where it was. So I searched all the drawers in his bedroom, I searched all the drawers in the spare room where all his toys are, I searched the drawers downstairs, we searched where like little bits of toys that he leaves downstairs would be. Nowhere. I says, you have taken those somewhere and you've forgotten. No. I says, well actually the last time I asked you to dust that side table, it's like little shelves beside his bed, I said was when Kyra was coming over, and I told you I was sick doing it, but I wanted you to do it. So if you left them there, you've moved. No. It's like I'm expected to wave a magic wand and know where everything is all of the time, and it's always me that has moved it. It's like if I've moved it, generally it'll be within half a metre of where it was when you left it. And if it's not, then it ain't me that's moved it. There's once I thought I didn't move something, and it was last week, and it was something that I put right beside where it was, but I put it in a bag because that was them dog things. Because I was tidying and it was really messy, and it's the only time I'd completely forgotten where I put, but again, it was more or less right beside where it used to be. It always kind of makes sense if you're logical about it. When I retrace my steps and forget where I've put something, if I'm logical, I'll find it. I don't think there's anything. Oh, we went to see Red 1 yesterday, which Darren slept through probably half of. Isaac fidgeted through the whole thing. On my back, his back wasn't sore, he was using an excuse to fidget because he was bored, so I don't think either of them particularly rated it. The only thing Isaac said was it was really predictable. It's a Christmas movie about Santa being kidnapped and they have to save Christmas. What do we think's going to happen? You know, it's not a movie that requires an awful, right, I've gone the wrong way, I'm supposed to go like that. Right, we'll just continue this way. I wasn't looking at that, I assumed I'd be going into Ballymena. Didn't think about it, well I don't like that road anyway. I liked it, but I like most Christmas films. I'm not particularly fussy about Christmas films. I don't like Hallmark type stuff. I don't like syrupy sweet. There's certain bits I don't like. There was one scene in the movie I really didn't like, which I just thought it was too much. But it's just a nice Christmas film. I enjoyed it. What did you think of it? It was alright, that meant you didn't really like it.
No, it's alright.
Well, you slept through lots of it.
No, I had a pounding bloody headache and I snoozed off towards the end of it. Right towards the very end.
Probably probably from about just over halfway through because Isaac alerted me to it. And I videoed you multiple times snoozing. He's right up his arse, so if that one in front stops, that one at the back's right into it. Tell you what, here at the minute, in my hometown and the surrounding villages, the amount of car accidents this past, I don't know, 6 months, there are people, every day, like, people say it's no more regular than usual. All it is because of social media, we're more aware of it, which could be the case, but...
No, I'm seeing more and more complete morons.
Yeah, but almost every other day on Facebook, there's like a police... I like the local police thing because it tells you about, you know, accidents and areas to avoid and stuff. And it's like RTC on this road, and it's like another one. Now, a load of them probably aren't particularly serious. It's just an alert to tell people that the road's closed and, you know, avoid the area. But on that road that I went up to visit my mum, 3 people have died on that in the course of like a month. It's scandalous. And there's probably loads of accidents we don't know about, because obviously I'm not checking every part of Facebook every day. But I do see RTC coming up multiple times a week, I would say. And leading up to Christmas, you always feel... I know it's no worse losing someone at any time of year's shit, but I always feel if you're leading up to Christmas and everybody's... Because everyone else is jolly, everybody's buying presents, you may have bought presents for that person. I always feel it must be really, really difficult to lose a person, like, in the lead up to Christmas. Because can you imagine, you've bought their gifts or their cards and they're there, you're sat looking at them and the person's not there anymore. It must be really, really difficult. That's why Kerry doesn't like Christmas. There's a girl I know, her dad was diagnosed with some form of cancer, but they didn't... I think he lived for literally a few weeks. And when I say a few, I mean maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. It was very short after the point of diagnosis, and he died in December, I think very close to Christmas, which must have been, you know, she was a real daddy's girl, must have been absolutely crushing. So she's not a big fan of Christmas. I can kind of understand. I love Christmas. Probably shouldn't say it's maybe a bit insensitive, but Christmas is my favourite. I know most people that are a bit alternatives favourite is Halloween, but my favourite is Christmas. Always has been. I'm feeling a bit more festive this year than I was last year, so I'm quite tempted to get the decorations up, you know, before the end of this month. Usually I'll wait until the first week of December. I usually say, oh, it'd be nice to get them up for my birthday, but I think I may well, if there's not too much happening, get them done in November this year. But yeah, I'm waffling now, rubbish. So I will go. I'm not going to film in Home Bargains because everyone's seen Home Bargains, and I'm just going to enjoy a little browse to myself. And I shall check in with you guys probably tomorrow. Hello. It's only, what time is it?
I ain't got a clue.
It's not that late, and it's dark.
3:15.
We've just come out of Home Bargains.
Good God, it's 4:30. That's not like me to be that far off of my time clock.
We've just come out of Home Bargains. I've just spent £83, which is ridiculous because I didn't buy anything of note. I bought wrapping paper, I bought some gift bags, I bought sweeties and chocolates for, like, yeah, I bought myself one of these. We bought one of these each because I was buying one for Alice for her box and for Sophie for her. Well, I don't do a box for Sophie, I just put a few Christmassy things together, you know, like Christmas books and stuff. So when I was buying for the children, I thought, I'm going to try it and see what it's like. Apparently it's got salted caramel inside.
You could have put nothing in the box and told it was a Christmas wish. There's a Christmas wish.
I'm that much off and there's nothing in it yet. Please tell me I haven't picked the wrong ones up. What's it say in front of yours?
Salted caramel.
Oh, you bugger.
Yeah, I'll swap it up.
Mine ain't.
Yeah, swap over.
No, it's fine.
Swap over.
I've eaten half of it.
Doesn't matter.
You want to bite the hell off this one?
No.
Oh god, I hope I've picked up salted caramel ones for...
Bit hard in the middle, isn't it? My little bit of tea.
That's more what I expected. Hang on, I'll take another bite and you can have the rest of it.
See, it's alright. I've slathered on this now, innit?
You can have the rest.
What's wrong?
What was yours?
I don't need
You
it.
can have the rest of it. Just want to taste of it. Right, anyway. The reason I put that on was not for you to watch me eating. It was for you to watch me drinking. So I'm pretty sure these are going to be terrible. Wonka Candy Can, Toffee Apple flavour, and Candy Can Sparkling Winter Edition. The reason I bought these is because we wanted a drink and they were 49p. So, we'll switch over. Let's try this one first. We're trying Winter Candy Cane. Oh, I thought it was Candy Can. It's Candy Cane, but the E against a white background. Who thought of that, really? It's not offensive, but there's not a strong flavour of it. It's drinkable. It'll quench your thirst. This is the one I'm expecting to be particularly bad. This is Candy Can Wonka Toffee Apple. I'm not a fan of apple flavoured drinks generally because it's too much like cider. I don't like cider. It's pretty much like that. It's unoffensive.
When me and Malcolm used to
It's
do
quite watery.
sensible soccer nights, we used to get a bottle of cheap vodka
Sensible Soccer, what the hell's that?
on an old Amiga
Oh,
computer
right.
game. And we thought, oh, we always got like flavour stuff to go with vodka. And we got a bottle of apple, fizzy apple. And when you put the vodka in, it just tasted like cheap cider. It was awful.
I really hope I've got the salted cut. I just took them out of the... Salted caramel ones are nicer. Salted chocolate ones will hold up better in a box. But... I have to remember to take all this rubbish out of the car.
Actually, send her the empty wrapper and tell her the Grinch took it and then it's authentic. I'd put them in.
Got some dog treats. Got some cat treats. Cat treats are for Kelly and Dave's cat. Trying to think what else we got. Bath mat that we needed. And little bits and pieces for...
To stop me turning into Mr. Glass.
What?
Stop me turning into
What,
Mr.
you mean,
Glass in
like-
Bath, yeah.
Of the two, I prefer this one.
The initial taste is the same, and then this one's got an aftertaste of it, of a bit of a toffee on it. I don't taste any apple though.
Yeah, I prefer that one, but they're both much of a muchness. They're pretty. There's not much flavour to them. Right, we're going to go watch some crap Saturday Night TV. Darren has bought nibbles in, so I look forward to that. I shall catch up with you guys
And I'm putting
Later.
pineapple on pizza.
because it's shootable on pizza. I've got a banging headache right now.
Snap.
Me and Darren have had banging headaches. This is day 2 for both of us. Well, is it same for you? Did you have a bad one yesterday too?
It's been on my whole bloody week. It's the same one though, I just don't go.
Right, I shall
Oh, well.
speak to you guys tomorrow.
Later.
Hello, it is Sunday and I'm just putting this on to close off the vlog. We're going into my mum's to regale them with the phone calls Darren has had this last few days. There's no point trying to tell them over the phone because my mum gets too distracted and can't understand, and my dad can't hear half of what I'm saying, so I'll tell them today. Isaac went to Callum's yesterday at 2 o'clock. I think I said to you yesterday. And he's still there. And I got a text this morning saying he knows he has homework to do today that he didn't do on Friday night. He didn't do because he was away all day yesterday, and he knew he had to do it at my mum's today. So I get a text. They've asked if we can stay longer till about 6. I will do my work tonight instead of games. And I'm like, right. And I thought, right, well, he's going to have to miss out on his gaming on the evening. And then I thought, no parent has told me this, so I've texted his mum. You know, Isaac said this. Is this, you know, in case Isaac's trying to swing the lead. Don't like that. Are you looking this way? See someone sitting on the side going to pull out onto the road when they're not looking at you. It's like, has he seen me? She was in mass. Oh, well, I'm in mass at the minute, so I'll check when I get back. But I was welcome to stay longer, and I'm thinking, right, they have had Isaac for nearly 24 hours, and there's me texting trying to get them to keep him longer. I felt awful. So then I phoned Isaac because he didn't reply to my text. I'm like, who told you could stay longer? Because the dad was at home. Well, Callum did. Callum's the other bloody child. Anyway, we're collecting him on the way back at 5 o'clock. But I'll tell you what. But she said apparently she left up to Callum to sort out the times. I don't know whether that's true or not. But my brain was saying Sunday. They've had these kids all day yesterday. Maybe they want to, you know, like Sunday dinner with your family. Was there quite a traditional family like that? But she said they're mostly in the caravan and the garage, so, or shed. I can't remember what she said. They're between those two anyway, so they're not under their feet. So that's Isaac's been away all flipping weekend, and he's 13. I would never see him anymore. I expected this when he was like 16, that sort of age. Didn't expect it to start at 13. If he's in the house, he's always in his room unless he's eating, and soon he'll be wanting to bring his tea upstairs. That'll be the next of it. So nothing else happening. We went yesterday, as you know, to Home Bargains. Spent too much money, and then I sort of looked at what I'd bought for Christmas last night, and there's just so many people I haven't even started, and the ones I haven't even started are all male, because I've no idea for any of them. I think I'm going to get my dad a hard drive for his TV.
Yeah, just a morning.
And Darren, I don't know. I think, like I said, me and Darren will pick something each. Or Dave, Kelly's partner, no idea. It's like, men are so hard to buy for.
You could do some Zoolander.
Zoolander? Don't even know what that means other than that.
Striking, yeah.
Right, I'm gonna go now. Next week, on Monday, I am going to one of the scout leaders, Francis's house, for some ordnance survey map training, so that we can do that. I'm just thinking, if I have to take one of the patrols on Friday night for this ordnance survey, how am I supposed to get all them badges sorted out that I need to get sorted? It'll take me ages. I should have took them home with me. I have a ton of badges to get enveloped up and names on, because several weeks have passed.
You're supposed to be doing admin.
Yeah, but I'm there, and if there's not enough people, I don't mind if I'm there helping out. There's no point me just stood there doing nothing. And as long as I don't have to do anything really physical, it's fine. I'd rather be doing something than nothing. But anyway, I shall go, and I shall check in with you guys.